Neeson's latest film. It's his 50th film where his daughter gets kidnapped. You know, the actress Hilary Swank for $1 Million Baby and Boys Don't Cry, she is not only an Academy Award-winning actress, but she took extensive training in CPR. And this is true. One time a man was having a seizure in the street and Hilary Swank ran over and performed CPR on him. And he died. And ever since that happened, I walk around with a medical bracelet that says, in case of emergency, keep Hilary Swank the fuck away from me. You know what's the main difference between me and Meryl Streep? I know exactly which of my kids I'd hand over to the Nazis. You know, the more terrible things I hear about Mel Gibson, the harder it is for me to enjoy The Passion of the Christ. You know, everything that I know about autism, I learned from Jenny McCarthy. Jenny McCarthy taught me that childhood vaccinations cause autism. So I didn't have either one of my kids vaccinated, and I'm happy to say that neither one of them is autistic. Both of them have polio. So you gotta take the good with the bad. I was reading an article that they discovered recently that Hitler had a grandson who was a convicted child molester. Imagine being the embarrassment to the Hitler family. Is there anything sadder in the world than to be the Hitler who the other Hitlers don't talk about? Years ago, I was on a camping trip and I got separated from my party. And I started wandering frantically through the forest, and it was getting colder and darker. And then I came upon a clearing, and there was a giant sign that said, "Warning, you have entered the land of the three-name people." And I was about to turn and run when Mary Tyler Moore came out. And she said, "This is the land of the three-name people. How many names do you have?" And then Sarah Jessica Parker came out and said, "This is the land of the three-name people. How many names do you have?" And then Sarah Michelle Gellar came out saying, "This is the land of the three-name people. How many names do you have?" And I said, "I have but two names." And then Daniel Day-Lewis came out and yelled death to the two-name boy. And then Billy Bob Thornton and Harry Dean Stanton came out screaming death to the two-name boy. And then Ray Dawn Chong and Olivia Newton-John came out screaming death to the two-name boy. And then John Philip Sousa and Lou Diamond Phillips and Philip Michael Thomas and Anthony Michael Hall and Paul Michael Glazer and John Philip Law, and all came out screaming death to the two-name boy. And then Ricky Lee Jones, Tommy Lee Jones, Johnny Lee Miller, Roscoe Lee Brown, Jenna Lee Nolan, Jamie Lee Curtis, and David Lee Roth came out screaming death to the two-name boy. And I turned and I ran, and then a group came up to me and said, everyone from the Cosby Show, and they said death to the two-name boy. And then a group of Gentiles came up and they said, is this death to the Jew-name boy? And I said, no, two-name. And they said, sorry for bothering. And then I ran for a few more miles and I collapsed, and when I woke up, Cher was standing over me. And she said, how many names do you have? And I said, I have two. And at that point, Prince came out, and Sade, and Apollonia, and Vanity, and Rihanna, and Madonna, and Sting. And they said, in the land of the one name, the two-name man shall rule. And we danced and celebrated, and then I collapsed. And when I woke up, D.L. Hughley was standing over me, and Samuel L. Jackson, and Michael J. Fox. And they said, death to the man without the meaningless initial.